Good morning, Sean. Whoop, echo. Sorry about that. Sharon Guy, I hope you got some rest last night. And I sure would like to see some video of you driving that truck. I can see you doing donuts out in the mud, just throwing your head back laughing. Daisy and Buddy, good morning. Maurice, good morning. I hope that you're having a great evening, afternoon, I should say. Merry Christmas, yes. I'm doing pretty good. Just allergies. That's about it. Oh my goodness. I used to like going out to big empty parking lots after a snow and getting in practice for what's going to happen if you do this, et cetera, et cetera. Well, hopefully, Maritas will be in a new position before too much longer. If I was sure she had in headphones so that nobody else could hear, I'd say more. certainly hope everybody's got their Christmas shopping finished and you can enjoy the holiday. Misty, good morning. Misty, how'd you do the other night? We got down to 10. Mike, what's up? Mike, if we got down to 10, I think it was Sunday night, I can only imagine how cold you got. Well, happy hunting. I hope you find deals. Minus 45, and I guess that was the air temp. Yeah, they were calling for us to get down to 13, and I was a little surprised to wake up and the thermometer said 10. Yeah, our mountains had like minus 30 wind chill factors, but that was wind chill. I don't know what the wind chill here was, but we got we got down to 10, and the winds were 30 mile an hour and above. Thank you, Sharon. Misty, how's things going? I know you're hunting for a few things. Have you found one thing in particular? Misty. Yes, a couple of things she is looking for. I hope that she found. All right. Good morning, Juan. It's good. I hope you're waking up and not still up. Oh, we got some nice colors in those clouds. Whoa, that's some serious winds. Juan's being smart. He has to start getting up early soon. So he's getting into practice before he has to do it. Donna, good evening. What's the big toys out there this year? I just realized I haven't seen any viral toys, so to speak, that everybody has to have. Yeah, I guess that's true. My cell phone is pretty much my Swiss Army knife. It's my camera, takes still pictures, videos, communications device. Mike, that's an interesting request. Is he displaying something or did he just want a home for an elf? Shirley, hello, Shirley, and good early morning to you. Oh, geez, Shirley, we'll be praying for you. Oh, geez, Shirley. No, I have not seen this. I don't even know who that is. Oh, okay. Oh, geez, the banana and instructions how to replace it. Oh, geez. I think artistic has gone the way of the dodo bird. Instead of being truly creative and artistic, they're just getting more and more ridiculous. See, I have trouble believing anything that's been stored in an attic so long it was forgotten. It could be in, you know, perfect condition. Oh, forget that. Have any of you guys ever used Deal Dash, the auction site? Supposedly you can get really great deals. I don't think it's a very good deal. Deal Dash. They what they don't tell you is every time you place a bid or change your bid, you get charged for it. So, if the bid only goes up by 1 penny, it's a new bid and they make money off of the new bid. Uh, yeah, you can end up paying very little for something, but you're going to pay a lot of bidding fees. Yeah, they've been advertising for a long time. I think they've been around since the late I don't know, 2008, 2009. I think it's misleading, shall we say? It's like I could drive to 2 towns over and get gasoline at, 5 cents a gallon less expensive. But by the time you drive that far, you've lost money. I found this was a long time ago. I found a leather jacket that I really liked the style. I liked the way it fit. I liked the pockets. Everything was perfect. And then I saw the label. It had that members only thing on the pocket. The deal was just too good of a deal to pass up. But when I got home, first thing I did was took a black magic marker and inked out the name so that it was just a different shade of black from the leather jacket. It's like used to, the only blue jeans I wanted to wear were Levi's, but then they got sold to some other company or whatever, and they're just not made the same. Well, mine's not torn or scuffed up, thank goodness, because I wore it when I was riding the motorcycle. Yeah, Levi's are terribly expensive, and if they were made as well as they used to be made, they'd be worth it. But they use thin denim now, and they just don't hold up, so they're not cost effective. Yeah, when the company sold, it's not the original owner. Uh, the quality just took a nosedive. I don't think I've worn Levi's since the late '90s, early 2000s. I did last year. I am well stocked on coffee mugs, and I tried my best to find a uh, good mug at a good price that I could, put my logo on. The sunrise thumbnail that I used in some of the videos. And I found a place that had their mugs on sale, and they were a good enough price. I got a few of them, and they look great, but they are not very good quality. And I just don't want people buying stuff that's not decent quality. I mean, money's too hard to come by. It's like t-shirts and sweatshirts. I'd put the logo on those, but I just can't find a place that has quality material and doesn't want to charge an arm and a leg. Well, the clouds disappeared, but the tree sure is reddish. Yeah, that's true, Misty. Misty, does Knoxville have? I'm pretty sure they have at least one Costco, but Knoxville's so spread out. Do they have more than one? That's because Goodwill has turned into a money making machine for the owner. I know there's one in Bristol. I don't like their politics, but I do like their products. Yeah, the best price you're going to get at Dollar Tree is $1.25, and most stuff is $1.50 and up. But it's like when I was growing up, they had five and dimes. You could buy stuff for a nickel or a dime. Good luck doing that anymore. Even the gumball machines are a quarter. Mike, if you're still here, what are you doing these days with such cold weather hanging around? Thank you, Donna. I appreciate you hanging out. Uh, Inadvertently, we got on the subject of a TV theme last night. It was the theme for the TV show Dead Like Me. I kind of like the song. Uh, oh gosh, Donna, still at work. Well, I appreciate you listening, but don't get into trouble. Uh, what's a TV theme song that you guys like? Hmm. Misty's. I've never watched. Oh, The Monsters. That's a good one. I like that one too. Misty, I never watched The Sopranos, so I don't know what song they played. Did they use some music that already existed, or did they have their own song? Yeah, I liked House for the first year. I was a huge Yvonne DiCarlo fan. I'll have to go and look up those the Sopranos theme song. Show that I hardly ever watch. Excuse me, allergies. Show I hardly ever watch, but I really enjoyed the theme song was Miami Vice. Mike Post, he wrote some great theme songs in the 70s for TV shows. Uh, Hawaii Five O, that was a great song. Sanford and Son was an interesting tune. I had several running through my brain, and then I coughed and coughed them out. Ooh, need to turn that off. Oh, okay. Yep. Laverne and Shirley. I mean, if you listen to the theme song to Laverne and Shirley, you know what the show's about. Eric Estrada was in Chips. He was one of the main two characters in Chips, and he was on one of those reality shows where they had ex stars live in a house together, and he seemed to, but he really seemed to be the most down to earth of most of them in there. Yeah, Lowrider by War is a really good song. Now I got it playing in my head. Welcome back, Cotter. That was a huge hit. The Hawaii Five-0 theme song was a huge hit. Got a lot of airplay. Lowrider was a big hit when I was a teenager. Well, the coffee pot is rinsed out. I'm on my last cup. I went, talking about original monsters and whatnot. In the 60s was when Charlie Brown Christmas come out. And I was going to stream it the other day. And, I thought that I'd be able to find it and stream it on one of the free streaming channels. There is one choice and one choice only. It is the Apple TV. You have to have Apple TV to stream it. And I thought that was terrible. Luckily, I have something called VHS and a VHS player. So I'll be watching a Charlie Brown Christmas. And that's one of the reasons I don't like streaming services. If you don't have internet, you can't stream anything. And then different factions, so to speak, they'll get a hold of something and you won't be able to watch it anywhere else. They have a monopoly. Absolutely, I have a VHS player. I actually have more than one. Somebody gifted me. They didn't want to go through the headaches of selling them, so they gifted me an entire collection of VHS tapes, Star Trek: The Next Generation. I haven't gotten one of those tapes out and watched it in years. I mean, for whatever reason, that one just didn't hold up to me like the original has. And Misty, if you like old television, MeTV is probably the best. And then there's Antenna TV. Yeah, that's a catchphrase everybody uses, but it never got said. I think they corrected it in a movie, and he said it in one of the movies, but I'm not sure. The problem is all the stuff on MeTV. I'm getting to the point now where I've seen it so many times. Uh, it's just not as much fun. Sometimes it's that, sometimes not. It's like something we were just talking about, Charlie Brown Christmas. Everybody put in what you think the color of Snoopy's doghouse is without looking it up. What color is Snoopy's doghouse? I don't know. I don't pay for any TV because if I pay for something, then I feel obligated to watch it, to get my money's worth. In every non-black and white issue of Charlie Brown, Snoopy's doghouse is red, except for a Charlie Brown Christmas. It's blue. And it had to do with in the mid 60s, colored TV was brand new. So reds didn't do too well. There's some trivia for why that's in my head. I'll never know, but it is. No, I don't know why. It just uh, Snoopy belongs to Charlie Brown, but I think it's more Charlie Brown belongs to Snoopy. But it's just weird facts stick in my brain. It's not that I'm that smart. It's just, and I don't know why. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I've forgotten that might be more interesting than what I remember. Yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas, it broke a lot of barriers. Uh, when the powers that be saw the final version just before it was to be aired, none of the suits, as they say, liked it. They thought that it was going to be a total failure. They didn't use laugh tracks. If they told a joke, you didn't hear laughter in the background. It was just quiet. They didn't like that. The the dance scene was, just totally chaotic. It was fantastic for the people doing the animation because they were able to just do a short routine and then replay it, replay it, replay it. So they were happy, but they thought it was dumb. And the music is actually more jazz than popular music of that time was ever thought to be, but it sure did work. Yeah, these days movies are boring. I can't say all of them are, but there's not been a movie that's was put out after 2000 or so. There's not been but a handful that was worth my time. Well, Missy, you got a lot to keep you busy, so I'm sure you have many excuses not to sit still. Thank you, Donna. Oh, Donna's on her way home. Thank goodness. I bet you are tired. I think I watched one episode of Stranger Things, and it didn't catch my interest that much. Well, yeah, for Korea Donna, it's 10 o'clock at night. But that's the good tired. You got tired by honest work. It's way too. Whoops. Not what I was wanting to do. Oh, geez. Really, Donna? That's a long time off. I remember putting in those 16-hour days. Sometimes even more. Silly me, I thought the place I worked would appreciate it. Oh, Donna gets to go on vacation. Wow. The longest day I ever remember working, I started at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I finished at between 9 and 10 the next morning. That was the longest day I ever remember working. I got home, got my shower, got in bed, and the phone woke me up. They were asking if I could come in early. And then right before my 20-year anniversary, well, we appreciate it, but we don't need you anymore. I had 1 year where the only days off I had were the major holidays. Michael Haywood, good morning. Roger Blair. So after that little event, I did not necessarily dedicate myself until I saw the company was going to, what level of dedication they were going to have. Mike, Roger, I hope you guys are having a great start to your day. Michael, you and Roger should have been here earlier to hear Sharon telling about her ride with her daughter in the truck. Thank you, Sharon. Maybe Thursday on Moggs and Stevie B, maybe Sharon will pop up long enough to tell that short ride. Yeah, sure. You forgot. Do not try this at home, children. Sharon is a professional driver. Exactly. Some people can handle that kind of driving as a passenger. Some people can't. Well, we miss Moggs and Stevie B, but I hope that they're getting some much needed rest. Exactly, Sharon. Exactly. I think this is the best way to put it. Um, after a group, after a group of us was taking a ride one evening, a week or two later, one of the passengers was walking down the side of the road in the rain. I stopped to give them a ride and they would not get in the car. Apparently, I had put their nerves on edge. Well, Donna, you just once you get off the bus and you're walking through the neighborhood to get to your home, just keep your eyes open and when you live out in the middle of nowhere, there's not a whole lot of activities going on. So, and you got a pretty good distance to drive to get from one place to another. You sort of want to get there as quick as possible. Yeah, when I met them for dinner last week, it was Wednesday night. We were standing outside in the parking lot talking and everything, and she was shivering pretty bad. I hope that did not start this whatever she's got. Yeah, I was very glad to hear last night that she had already decided to take the day off work. But one thing about it, I know Moggs is going to take really good care of Stevie. He does that very well. Moggs, you're going to take good care of Stevie. That's what we were saying. And I hope you two got a good night's rest. And Stevie kept her word that she wasn't going into work today. If she's still sick. In a perfect world, she'd be back 100%. Yeah. If she's sick, I hope she stays there until she's well. the place that I lived most of my teenage years, not all, but most, I had one stoplight in the center of town and a flashing light at the major intersection. Uh, and now they've got more stoplights at the exit off of the main road than they had anywhere around. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I hope Sharon just gets on tomorrow night and tells the story. You don't have to get on camera, Sharon. She just hit the mud hole, went sideways, scared her daughter. But then her daughter was watching her leave and she hit the mud hole and went sideways again. Accidentally, of course, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. He'll jump out in front of you without you even thinking about it. Oh, geez. Now I got Roxette playing in my head, Joyride. Ah. I hadn't seen that one yet, but I've not watched any news this morning, just the weather. Well, they say it comes in threes, so that's two. Who's going to be the third? Really? What phone do you have, Sharon, if you don't mind telling? I, I just couldn't deal with that stupid robot. They made the robot just too cutesy, you know. That WTF Mike uses it. Restream, or might be the name. There are certain phones that don't get along very well with that. But it just seems to be certain phones. But StreamYard, I've not heard of any big issues with any particular phones. It's kind of funny how on my phone I tried a certain web browser and I got an echo. So I went to a different web browser and it seems to work just fine. So you just never know what could be the cause of problems. Did my chat freeze up or did everybody quit commenting? There we go. heard some stuff out back I needed to check on. John P., how you doing? Good afternoon, John. Hope you're doing well. That's 4 o'clock in the morning to me. Well, I wonder why Super Dave was up so early because he's in the same time zone I'm in. Really? And Sharon, you're using the default web browser and everything. That's unusual. Well, a way around that is call somebody that's on the panel. Let them put you on speakerphone. Oh, absolutely. No, saw a couple alligators. Saw a lot of nice sights. I mean, part of the NASA tour was they drove you around the complex on a bus because the launch control areas are separated by a pretty good distance. Saw the Amazon building, saw SpaceX, and then the NASA portion where they launched the facility where they would house the shuttle, and then they would have to move it to the launch site. Got to see some of the equipment they used to move from point to point. Yeah, that's John. John is using his wife's account. But so those were two things on my bucket list that, I really wish I'd gone to Coral Castle decades ago, but hindsight's always 2020. Oh my gosh, John, going into DT's, only one phone. That used to be a running joke, John. Everybody be quiet, John's on the phone. Teacher Chrissy. Well, you drive safely. Careful going through those mud holes. Oh, okay. I guess it'll be a boring drive to school. Hopefully, it's boring and safe. guess the birds are relieved this morning it's not 10 degrees. They seem to be fairly active. Well, let's not have any headaches. John P. must have got his phone charged. Donna, you get some rest. At least you got quite a few days off. So let me think here for a minute. We've had Arizona, Washington State, Florida, Kentucky, North Dakota, Europe, Korea, Philippines. We've had a rather widespread morning. Still no Antarctica, though. Donna, how long until you get home? I have no idea how far you have to walk. And I hope you're not having to walk with your arms full of stuff like you were the other night. It's after 9 o'clock here. Phone's starting to ring. I'm going to go out and close everything down, but it'll take me a minute to get to the back porch. I appreciate everybody stopping in this morning. Always great to see you. Hey, Harold. Harold got in just in time. Hope you have a great day. Boggs, take care of Stevie. Tell her we wish her well. And as always, I hope hundreds and thousands of kind words come your way. Much appreciate you.